Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've just acquired this 1958 Hoffman. I've never had a Hoffman and it's pretty cool. There's a couple of nice features I wanted to share with you before I took it apart. It's got this crazy dial which is actually really cool. If you move the bass it kind of bends. Oh, look. That's the treble one missing. You found it. How cool is that? I've got to put that back on the treble because it's not there. But who knew? That shows you your frequency response for your bass and your treble. It's got a pretty tuner, and in there is a RC121 by Garrard. So that's going to get serviced. But one of the cool things is this. Is that speaker box. That's a tube unit, by the way. We tucked those cables up in there. That's a tuner. That's the amp, but it's a tube unit. Oh, and that's interesting. It's got a transistor preamp for the record player. So this is going to be lots of fun. Never done one of these, so. But what I wanted to show you, which I thought was super cool, is this speaker box. Floating sound. It's mounted on springs. Check that out. So the speakers, and it's got two big woofers in there, I believe, and it's got a little frequency probably to adjust the response there. But how cool is that? So I've got to get that out to get those out. Okay, I kind of lifted it halfway up because it's mounted on springs. You gotta put this desk there, and I think I'd show you the speaker box. How cool is that? Two big, look like 12 or 10 inch woofers. And there's a horn, and is that a mid-range or a big tweeter? Who knows? But I've got to get in this thing because there's a crossover cap in there or two. So I've got to break it apart. But it looks like one of these speakers has been replaced. Or do they do different things? Who knows? But anyway, so I thought I'd share that with you. And I will continue with the restoration and show you the completed unit. Thanks for watching. Okay, we've got it all out. There's the amplifier section. It's pretty dirty. Dead spiders. But yeah, we got this guy, which is so damn cool. I thought this might be lost or broken, but we'll get that back in there. Tuner section, same thing. A lot of dirt. Gonna replace it. Already got some caps ready to go for the big cans here and here. Everything else will get done, but I've never seen this before. So cool. This preamplifier. So opened it up. Two big caps. A little transistor right there. So we'll replace the caps, check the transistor, and see how it goes. Rebuild the turntable. I'm not going to do a massive extensive video, restore video on this one. I'm just going to kind of do the bullet points as I go, only because it's a Hoffman, which is just super cool. Okay, we've got her open, and as you can see, everything is original. Got those wax paper things. They love to melt. Got some electrolytics. That one looks very sorry for itself. But this I thought would be cool to show you. So look on these resistors here. There's this stuff. That's not the resistor stuff. Underneath is one of the large can caps. That's cap stuff, which has started to burst and leak. Here's the cover, as you can see. But that's okay, because we're going to put a new one in there anyway. But everything will get replaced. I'm not sure about these guys yet. I'm going to check into these, because these are oil filled. And in the audio path, they're highly sought after, but I was going to make sure these are good. And I might leave them in. But we'll see. But these guys are definitely going to get replaced. Also, which is kind of cool, it uses a 7189 output tube. There's two of them. This comparable to the EL84M. It's a high output tube, very sought after. Gotta check this one because it's kind of very discolored in there. It might not be good, or the other one, but we'll see. These ain't cheap. A pair of these are like $100. But EL84s. Yep, got loads of those. Okay, so got the speakers out, and these I think are original. They are 12-inch. 12 L6V. There's another 12 JB. So there must be different frequency. This is kind of like a bigger magnet than this guy. But yeah, they're original, which is kind of cool. We've got a couple of, what are they, 1.0s caps in parallel. We'll check those out, the crossover caps. But yeah, there's a horn, and I think that must be a mid-range. And the horn was being used as a tweeter, I guess. Anyway, good stuff. Okay, I'm almost finished with the recap. As you can see here, everything's upside down. Got those big power can replacement caps. Then up here, a bunch of stuff. I wanted to show you something. Oh, remember I said this was an oil filled? It's not, just a regular film cap. I've got to swap that one out. It's probably great because it looks like really well made, but I'll probably replace it with one of these. But what I want to show you was, so this thing has been working for over 60 years without this, where is it? Without this being soldered. So it came from the factory like that. Also, that one there, a little wraparound, no solder. I've got to check everything to make sure there's not some more, but yeah, so this was basically working for over 60 years, just twisted around. Anyway, all good stuff. Okay, so we've all been recapped and serviced. As you can see here, new power caps. This one was done underneath, that's why it's marked like this. But yeah, fixed that guy. Remember, one of them was broken. How cool is that? It's very space age for the frequency display scope. But let's give it a listen. Sounds really, really good. I'm so impressed with the sound of this thing, but let's not forget it's actually a mono unit. This whole setup is mono, but it has a stereo input for the record player, which is that whole little box thing, which I'll show you later. But yeah, really impressed with the sound. All right, there she is, all done. Very pleased with the Hoffman project, the way it turned out. As you can see, we got that little preamp unit hooked up because apparently this came as stereo equipped with this little unit, but you will need an external speaker to make it work correctly because it is wired for mono with that big speaker box the way it is. Yeah, this is going to be a keeper. My wife's fell in love with it, so we're going to keep this one. But I did do something different. Hope you don't groan. Yes, had to remove the garage. The RC motor was just too tired. Couldn't drive that mechanism. Couldn't get to speed. That's two I've had that are like that. It happens a lot, I believe. So I put in a Motorola VOM Motorola deck, which works really, really well. No cutting, no hacking. It just sits there on its springs and even incorporates the garage springs, so it's really a good fit. And yeah, so let's give it a whirl.
and how long I waited for you. Vienes tú, vienes tú. Won't you say you love me too? Can't you see how I adore you, and how long I've waited for you? Vienes tú, vienes tú. Won't you say